Hello everyone, welcome to the first ever video on Tim Draws. On this channel we're going to be doing tons of dinosaur drawings and just really cool stuff. And today we're going to be drawing T.rex. Hope you guys enjoy. So to start off, we're going to be making a boxy outline just to see where we're going to put our lines. So for the head, it's going to be sort of a straight line, and then a rounded off shape like this. And you're going to come up, go down, in, and out. This does not have to be perfect, it's just an outline. Promise you guys it will look better once we're done. So I think that it's not going to be able to fit on the page with the whole tail, so we're going to curve it. So we're going to start off with the leg actually. That'll make it a lot easier. It's going to be taking a step, so the right leg is going to be going back and the left leg is going to be moving forward. Make a few straight lines that look like this, just in a sort of position that looks like walking. Make the tail curved. Okay, so now we will start refining the head. It has a very pointed upward snout. And it also has like these three odd bumps on its nose. So I would make those first. And then it has a big dip and then the eye socket right here. So the mouth is pretty round. And it has also, the bottom jaw is pretty strong looking, so I'm actually gonna do the mouth closed. Do the nostril and the eye ridge. Do the eye cavity and the nasal cavity, and we're still doing a rough sketch, so this will not be what it looks like. I'm gonna do the bottom of the neck first. And also the top of the neck. Make these rounded out shapes. And then this is gonna be kind of the top of the shoulder blade, the back, and then the hip. So we're gonna put the arm in a curled back position, like so. And then I would draw the lines around it. Draw the fingers. The hands are very, very tiny. Draw the neck connecting to the arm. Draw the body. And then the leg is going to be right here. So this leg is going to be the one taking a step forward. So the skin's going to be very stretched right here. Has a very big strong calf, so make sure to define that. This is just a very, very rough outline. And now the tail. Okay, so now we're going to be even more refining the head. So I'm going to erase this to where I could barely see the head to where it was. Now you have something to work with. Let me just fix my picture real fast that I'm looking at for the head. So I'm actually using this, and this will be slightly in the picture. So I'm doing these nasal ridges. Now the eye has very bumpy skin. And we're gonna kind of put the mouth a little bit rounded right here. So now we're going to be doing the bottom jaw. So it has a very, very large bottom jaw. So that looks okay for the outline. So I'm going to be doing this line, and this is going to kind of connect to the nostril. This connects to the nasal cavity, and then we're going to be doing the eye cavity. And then the ear is going to be like right here. So teeth, going to be small to large. Usually the largest like right in the middle. Do the eye. I like to do lots of wrinkles around the eye. And I think I did the neck a little bit too long, so I'm just gonna redo this real fast. And the arm is too fat and short, so I'm just gonna erase this. Do the same shape, but just a little bit skinnier. So the second finger is going to be right there. Put little claws on it. And that's a little bit too skinny. So about right there. Now the leg is going to get refined. The knee has very big meaty legs. So this is going to be the foot going forward, so it's going to be like this. And then this is going to be the first toe right here. Sort of cutting that one off right there. Then we're going to be doing the back leg. So I don't like this foot, so I'm just going to erase it real fast. Okay, so first we're going to have to do this toe right here. It's going to be taking up the majority of the foot. Since it's at an angle, it's going to be a lot harder to see the other toe. So it'll be barely behind it. Okay, I know the feet are pretty bulky, so I'm just going to erase this real fast, do it a little bit thinner. So now for the second leg, I'm going to make this a little bit thinner. And then this one is going to be the one that's planted onto the ground. So now that we're finished with the claws, I'm going to start working on the tail. So you want it to be kind of going like in an upward motion and then curving down. So this is going to connect into the hip right here. And then the tail is very big and bulky. It's also not as long as most dinosaurs' tails would be because it was a very heavy dinosaur. And its tail it used for balance. So I'm going to stop the tail about right here to a semi-sharp point. Now that we got the basic outline completely finished, we're going to start adding some detail and just making it look a lot better. So the teeth are a little bit dull and they're not as sharp as they would be. So we're gonna do those again and again. It gets better every time, so I would keep your drawing and barely erase over it so you can see it still, but just make it better. So you guys keep your outline that you've done and erase every other line and just define the lines of the outer of the T-Rex. I will be back with you guys once I do that. So once you guys see the drawing, you may have noticed that I've made some changes, and if you guys want to do the same changes, you could pause the video and play when you're ready. And now I'm going to show you guys how to do some super cool detail and some detail added. So right now we're going to add a ton of detail, and let's get it. So the first detail I'm going to add is around the eye. So you kind of want to make a circle kind of like around the eye, kind of like an eyebrow, you can think of it as, because this will be kind of like protecting its eye and stuff. And I'm adding lots of wrinkles because I think it just enhances your drawing a lot. And make the eye sort of circular-ish, mostly circular-ish. And I have added a ear hole right here. This is like the ear cavity. And I've also added this thing over here, which is the extra eyebrow, and I've shaded it in to make it look three-dimensional. On these ridges on the nose, I'm adding some lines in between them just so you can see the difference. And I'm going to add some lines and wrinkles. Like so. Now around the nose, add some wrinkles because that's part that's going to be moving while he breathes. And add some, I usually like to add some light dots along the mouth. Also some lines. And now we're going to be adding some wrinkles to the nasal cavity right here. And then we're going to be adding some wrinkles all around the eye cavity and just around the whole entire face. This enhances your drawing and makes the dinosaur look kind of worn and old because it's probably gone through a lot. And we'll add some lines to the bottom jaw. And then we'll add some wrinkles around here. And around this, you could add a line right here to define the jaw muscle. I usually like to add like kind of like circular stuff around that just to make it look like it's a muscle. And so that's the detail for the face. Now we're going to be doing the neck. So I usually add some lines. They kind of follow the top of the head right here. And they go all along the neck. Just add a lot of them because it makes it look very realistic. So now we're going to be adding lines to the bottom jaw. I would make these ones darker so it kind of like looks like you're adding a shadow to it. And then start pointing them upward. And then once they're around the arm, start like curving them like this. And then like the ones on the bottom of the stomach, I would just curve up like this. And you could add some wrinkles to make it look like there's a big belly from eating. And yeah, so I usually add kind of like a circle right here. It connects to the leg right here. And it makes, you could add some light ribs and then smear them with your finger. So once you've done that, you can add lines right here around the stomach, like so, and around the leg, because this joint will be moving a lot. And add a big muscle right here in the center, and I also did this for the calf muscle. Add like a little circle right here for the kneecap, and just add some lines pretty much all over the place, wherever you think it would look realistic and where the dinosaur would be moving, so those would be wrinkles. And once you've gotten that part complete, we're going to move on to the toes. I like to add some scales just to make it look like bird-like-ish feet. And yeah, add some curve lines right here. So you have that complete. The detail's starting to look pretty good. So we're gonna go back here to the arms. Add some muscles, and you may have noticed that I've added another arm on the other side. So once you have that, you can add some scales to the fingers, like so, and on the other side also. I would shade this arm a little bit because, you know, just make it look like it's shadow. And also in the belly, add some lines curved like this. Yeah, so our detail's looking pretty good. Add another muscle on the calf right here. And it kind of had like some bony legs down here by the ankle-ish area. I would add scales, do the same thing you did on the other leg. And everything you do on this leg, probably try and do it just a little bit darker to make it look like it has shadow. So I'm going to do the lines on this leg quite a bit darker. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So we're going to move on to the tail. Had a very muscly tail to keep it balanced. So I'm going to add from here to the leg a muscle going this way and then kind of fading off, and one right here. Okay, so I'm going to continue these straight lines right here on the top, all the way through, and some leg lines going up right here, and then going through the tail. Also add some lines right here on the side of the leg. And now for the tail, you're going to add curved lines because it makes it look less dark and it makes it look like it's actually a muscle. Add some straight lines through it. And lastly, we're going to add some shadows on the ground to make it look like dirt. And you can add kind of a curved shadow right here to make it look like the tail. And then a kind of a thing right here to make it look like the head. And lastly, you're going to put a signature and the date. So hope you guys enjoyed the finished product. Come back for next video. And guys, it'll just keep getting better as we move on. Thanks for watching.